Today's an amazing day because I'm gonna tell you what is the best vlogging camera to get today. Yes, this day, today. But please keep in mind, this whole time, this is my opinion, this is how I feel, this is what I think. But don't trust me before you buy. Go ahead and verify me. Go to lensrentals.com and look at some different vlogging options because they have every option under the sun. I'm telling you what, if you're in the vlogging realm, it ain't a cheap thing to do always. Go there and use my coupon code, save some money, and please try it before you buy it. I'm immediately gonna go ahead and get to my thoughts on what I think this year, what is the best vlogging camera, because I don't wanna waste any time in this because we have a few cameras up here. This is a Sony a7S Mark II with the 16 to 35mm lens for that extra wideness when you're vlogging, with a shotgun mic on top and a little baby Manfrotto stand. Next to him or her, I have the Sony a5100, a vlogging sensation. This thing is fantastic, very affordable, amazing, focus great, but it turns off when you film. Over here we have the Canon T7i or the Canon 800D. This camera has been super fantastic, and I'm gonna tell you why I prefer this over these. First off, and most important with the vlogging camera, I have learned over the last year of making over 100 vlogs that you have to have a flip screen. It is 100% necessary. Don't tell yourself that you can vlog without a flip screen, because if you can't see yourself, you can't tell how badly and poorly you're framing things and when you're looking at yourself. With the Canon T7i, of course, it has a fantabulous flip screen, always being able to see exactly where you're filming, what you're looking at, and you're never missing a frame. One of the parts of being a YouTuber that took a long time to understand and learn is you have to look at the camera because you're addressing peoples, because I'm talking to peoples right now, which is you. And without being able to see yourself, that makes it almost impossible. The next thing I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of a vlogging camera is I need a cheaper camera. Not a cheaper, I should say, less expensive camera, because this is not a cheap camera and this is not an expensive camera, but it costs a lot less than my Sony a7S Mark II. And when you're buying a camera, it's gonna cost a lot less. When the body costs a lot less, the lenses are also gonna cost a lot less. Why do I find it important to have a vlogging camera that costs less? Because you're gonna probably break it. Vlogging is an everyday thing. It goes with you, it travels with you, it's next to your side. You are gonna scratch it, break it, drop it, hit it, punch it, kiss it, love it, hate it, and it is going to cost money when you have to fix it. But more money when you have to fix the expensive cameras. For me, I would rather be traveling around with this all day long, every day, and treating it a little bit rough. Even though I love it, it can handle it because it can be replaced a lot easier. If you're a Casey Neistat fan, you know that watching Casey Neistat, he has gone through about 1.5 million lenses and about 1.5 billion cameras. That guy is the worst camera treating human being I've ever seen in my life, but that's because he says he uses them. And I think it's important. You shouldn't be scared to use your camera, and with this, you could be a heck of a lot less scared. The next thing that is super important to me is the audio, and it should please be more important to other YouTubers, other vloggers, because audio is one of the most important things when it comes to making good video. Vlogging with this camera with a microphone on top is a necessity. And without having a microphone jack and a microphone shotgun mic on top, it makes it impossible to have great audio when you're a vlogger. I use both the Rode mic, I use the Shure mic. Both of them for me have been fantastic mics. I kind of prefer the sound of the Rode mic, but I prefer the quality of the Shure mic. I don't know how that makes sense. Recently, I've been using more my Shure mic than anything because it works. One nice thing about the Shure mic compared to the Rode mic, I do like the Shure mic because it takes a AA battery, which are a lot cheaper and easier to find, and you're probably gonna have one on hand. Another advantage that I love about this Canon T7i is that it has interchangeable lenses, so you can change this lens out. So to start out as a vlogger, I would always recommend getting as wide as lens as possible. This one is the 11 to 16 Tokina, and I love it because it is just buttery smooth. This is one of my favorite lenses on earth. It feels super quality, it takes amazing images, and it is tough as nails. But most importantly, it's wide enough to actually see your face in the frame. I like to have that wider image so I know I'm not missing my face. And the really neat thing about this is that as you advance in your YouTube career, you can get new lenses so you can make more creative things, make more cinematic shots. Expand the horizon on the quality of your video. Working my way down on the setup, the next thing is so important for me because I travel all the time. I fly from state to place to country to city to wherever. I'm so many different places, is this plate right here. The company that makes this, I believe, is called Peak Design. Peak Design uses a plate that can work with the Manfrotto 323 200PO, I think is what they call it. I don't know what they call it. I'll link it below. But why this is so fantastic is because number one, it works with this right here, which is a small, head that I have on all of my devices. I have a lot of tripod mounts, but the one I always keep on there is this one, because when I'm going from device to device to device, you just have to go ahead and clip it and move on to the next thing. If I go from my gimbal, I clip it. If I go from my tripod, I can click it in really quick. From there to my slider, it clicks right in. I use it on everything. And the reason why I started using this is because it's so small. Now, peak design, why that's important, let me show you this. I put my book bag on so you can see why I use this plate. Now watch this, it's amazing. It's like magic, but it's not magic, but it looks like magic. When you're not using your camera, you can easily set it right there. It locks in, it's not going anywhere. That way you can put this stuff in your book bag so you can travel a lot easier, trust me. And then if you want to use your tripod, I use the same plate for my tripod. So simple, everything for me is exactly the same. I use this mount because it saves me time and I have to take less with me everywhere I go. Super duper important. Hey, before you go, this next thing is really important, and the rest of the world says something different. I'm gonna tell you, these legs are the ones you wanna use. Let me explain why. The rest of the vloggers of YouTube world have been influenced by big vloggers to use the bendy tripods. I have them. They're expensive, and they drop your cameras. What do I mean by that? When you set up the bendy tripod, they eventually bend or wear, and boom, smashes your lens into concrete like it did mine when I was filming in Colorado once. But it's just not once, it's happened to me dozens of times. That's why I started using these legs right here. These legs are actually from my Zion crane. It says here model TRMO2, so hopefully you can look that up. But they are fantastic. I have a bunch of these Manfrottos. Manfrotto is supposed to be the best. It is not, because these things eventually wear and then they don't stay out, and the rubber things off the leg fall off, and so any table that's nice or not concrete, it scratches it. I don't like these. These legs here have a thick rubber on the bottom, so it's gonna protect surfaces that you put it on. The legs don't wear out, and it has a big flat plate so your mount can mount on it very tight and nicely. These are fantastic. I have a handful of these because they are amazing. The reason why I do this differently and I use these strong mounts on here is because I want to hold my camera up and support it well where it's not going to break. To keep your camera from smashing off the ground, that should be important to you. Before you buy something and you're not sure is it best for you in the situation and what you do and what you film, comment below, ask me before you buy so I can save you the time and money and help you make a better decision. And also, don't forget my friends at lensrentals.com. Go there, rent it, try it before you buy it. I can promise you will never regret renting a camera, but I know from experience you will regret buying the wrong camera. I hope you guys loved this video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.